Welcome, we are Team Edible Cycle. In Ireland, households throw away 221,000 tons of food per year. That's €700 per household, and it's filling landfills with methane. But what if we could turn that waste into something valuable for the community? Let's talk numbers. Ireland produces 221,000 tons of household food waste annually. In Galway, that's around 1,760 to 2,200 tons per year. Each household throws away €700 worth of food. But here's what really worries us. When that food rots in anaerobic landfills, it produces methane, a greenhouse gas 25 to 28 times more potent than CO2. Here's the disconnect. 87% of Irish households say they care about food waste, but only 34% actually do something about it. Why? Three reasons. First, there's no accessible infrastructure for composting. Second, people don't have practical guidance on food storage or waste prevention. Third, and this is critical, they don't see any feedback showing their impact. No one connects their actions to visible change. So the problem is clear. Galway households are caught between caring about the environment and lacking the infrastructure, knowledge, and motivation to act. Edible Cycle Galway changes that. Imagine Galway in 2026. 10,000 households are participating in a visible circular food waste system. They separate their food scraps, set them out weekly, and within weeks they see that waste transformed into compost nourishing community gardens. Schools are teaching kids about the cycle. The supermarket is reducing disposal costs. The council is meeting environmental targets. And every household sees a live dashboard showing how much waste they've diverted, how many kilograms of CO2 they've prevented. That's Edible Cycle Galway. Here's how it works, step by step. 1. Households separate food scraps into a provided bin and set it out once a week. 2. A collection truck picks it up on a reliable schedule, same day, same time each week. 3. Waste goes to one of our compost hubs where trained volunteers sort, process, and monitor the decomposition. 4. Within 6 weeks, finished compost is distributed to community gardens and local schools. 5. Each household gets a live dashboard showing tons diverted, CO2 saved, and where their compost is being used. 6. We run workshops teaching food preservation, preventing waste. To keep this focused and achievable in 12 months, here's what we are doing. Weekly household collection from 10,000 homes in urban Galway, 4 to 6 community compost hubs, 5 free workshops on food storage and waste prevention, a simple online dashboard, and a community champion program where 50 to 100 volunteers help drive adoption. What we're not doing, we're not building a mobile app, we're not collecting from restaurants or supermarkets, and we're not redesigning the entire municipal waste system. We're working within existing systems to create visible change. How will we know if this works? We're targeting 20% reduction in household food waste overall, 70% of participants staying engaged for the full year, 150 tons of compost produced and used locally, preventing roughly 1,250 tons of CO2 equivalent emissions, and 1.4 million euros in combined household savings. That's 140 euros per household avoiding waste. This project is run by a cross-disciplinary team. I am Nasir, the data analyst, building the tracking system and impact dashboards. Nisha Ravi, biomedical engineering student, leading project coordination and strategy. Divya Shri is our outreach lead. She manages stakeholder engagement and runs the educational workshops. And Russell Raj leads logistics, working with collection partners and managing hub operations. We're supported by 50 to 100 community volunteers, local champions who drive adoption in their neighborhoods, and key partners. Our supermarket sponsor for logistics, Galway City Council for permits and policy support, NGOS and food banks for redistribution, and schools and community gardens as compost end users. We're using an Agile Scrum framework organized into 4 sprints over the 12 months. Sprint 1, November to December 2025. Awareness and recruitment. Build partnerships. Recruit 10,000 households. Finalize logistics. Sprint 2, January to February 2026. System setup, establish compost hubs, train volunteers, prepare collection routes. Sprint 3, March to August 2026. Launch and scale. Begin weekly collections, run workshops, scale up participation. Sprint 4, September to November 2026. Evaluation and scale-up planning. Measure impact, gather feedback, design replication in other cities. On the environmental side, we're diverting 500 tons of food waste from landfills in this 12-month pilot. That prevents roughly 1,250 tons of CO2 equivalent emissions, equivalent to taking about 270 cars off the road for a year. We produce 150 tons of compost locally, strengthening soil health in community gardens and schools. And we extend Galway's landfill capacity, buying time and reducing the council's environmental footprint. Socially, we're engaging 10,000 households, 7,000 of whom we expect to stay actively involved for the full year. We're reaching 2,500 students in schools with environmental education through our garden partnerships. We're building community connection. 800 plus volunteers contribute thousands of hours. And economically, households save 140 euros each on food waste. That's 1.4 million euros in the community. The supermarket cuts disposal costs, and we create 12 to 15 jobs in collection, compost processing, and garden management. On the broader scale, Edible Cycle Galway creates a replicable model. We document the infrastructure, operations, and engagement strategies, That evidence goes to other Irish cities, Cork, Dublin, Limerick, to inspire similar pilots. We contribute data to national circular economy policy, helping Ireland meet EU waste reduction targets. And we demonstrate that private-public community partnership works, showing supermarkets, councils, and NGOs how to collaborate on sustainability. If all goes well, high adoption, strong partners, we could see Edible Cycle replicated across Ireland within 18 months. We could go national. If adoption is steady but slower, we optimize the pilot, prove sustainability, and build a case for long-term funding. And if we face challenges, we learn, we adapt, and we document those lessons to help others avoid the same pitfalls. Either way, Edible Cycle Galway is a proof of concept for how community, business, and government can solve a real problem together. Edible Cycle Galway isn't just about composting. It's about proving that with the right structure, partnerships, and community engagement, we can turn a hidden problem into visible value. Every household, every business, every council can be part of the circular economy. If you're in Galway, we're recruiting 10,000 households. That could be you. If you're in another city, watch what we build and imagine what's possible in your community. Thank you.